Hello, ladies. You look lovely today. It's great to see all of you again, and really fantastic to be on stage again at the Wow Factor. I mean, how awesome is it that we get to come together, all of us women who are saying yes to our lives, right? Like, yes to how we're going to be the masters of our own lives and what we choose to put in our bodies, how we choose to show up, how we choose to interact in this beautiful, loving, collaborative, healthy way.
Really quick,
You're gonna turn this on for me? She's gonna turn me on.
Earlier she was talking
turned
about
on.
pleasure, you know?
Yes.
So, yeah. Right?
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay, you're on, baby.
Thank you. Woo, that felt good. So, talking about pleasure. I think today I'm going to do some music for you and just, share a couple of topics that have been in my circles as of late that have sparked pleasure and love inside of me. And honestly, these last couple of days, really, I guess going on 13 days now, I have this tremendous, drunk feeling running through me, like this drunk feeling that makes you want to go like this. And I know it's kind of crazy. Like, I feel like in some ways I want to jump on trees and hump them. I swear to God, I just feel like I have this thing coming out of me, this birthing of this amazing energy coming from here and here and through here. And part of that is coming from the opportunities that I'm just walking into. And part of that comes from saying yes. And because I've literally set the intention and have made a choice, I didn't decide, I made a choice to go after it. And last year, some of you may have heard me talk about this thing called fearless creative expression. Well, in being fearless in my expression and doing it creatively, not just through only music, but even while I'm sharing with you, and again, like I said about pleasure, how I connect with my daughter, how I connect with my partner, how I connect with individuals in my own work, how I work with clients and help them bring their own essence out in their businesses, all these different things. How can I bring this sort of drunk feeling that is central, but at the same time encompasses all that is, like the beloved, right? So some of these conversations that have sparked that in me, I'll be sharing with you throughout performing, and you'll also hear it in some of the music. So before I start, I just need to do this and get centered. And I brought this little heart that my beautiful little daughter gave to me before I left this morning. Her name is Ava Bean, and she's a little Triple Leo rock star. And she gave this to me, and she also said, "Would you like power in your ring today?" Before I left, so she sent me some power in my ring. So, and here I'm sending you power. Receive that up, ladies. Receive the gifts that are available to you at all times. Right? So I ask you to do that throughout the next few minutes with me, okay? I'm going to start with a poem that I recently wrote, and I don't have a title for it yet, but that's okay. And it goes something like this. Surrender to the light, the wind said. No need to grasp on to what you think is safe. Be open to possibility and presence. Life is yours. Expand your wings, for they belong to eagle. Embrace your now, because God is with you. You bring beauty into everything. Just look around and in the mirror. Love, there you are. You bring life to those all around you. Be the light, the wind said, and reveal your beautiful ugliness. Let loose its untamable madness and become its silent lover. And in the darkness, Embrace the silence as you take your place in the world and allow yourself to just be you. Without thought, without judgment, without trying to prove how incredible or wise or talented you are. You are the light. Just listen. Just blowing in the wind, uncontained, unrehearsed, without agenda or excuse, and without story. Here you are blowing on tops of trees while taking refuge underneath the wings of eagle. It's time. It's time. Thank you. So, as you're about to hear this next piece of music, I'd like for you to just reflect on what that meant to you. There's no right or wrong, just tune in to how that felt. In fact, maybe we can even just take a breath together and presence our body. Let's do that. Feel what our body feels right now, being in this present moment, right? Now let's take another breath and presence our emotions. Where are we at with that? Let's breathe together. And now let's presence our mind, right? Let's breathe into that. Now we're here. And as we're here, I'd like you to reflect on that poem and see what that meant to you, to just be you, to surrender. What does that look like as I do this little song? And make things up, which is what I just did. So, okay, cool. Now that you've thought about, okay, what does that mean to be me? Okay, what does that mean? Well, I have recently learned there are 3 really great answers to that question. Well, who are we? And who am I? Well, Freud said that we are actually sort of like byproducts of our past circumstances, right? Masked by our personality. Now, do you think that's true? Anybody? Do you think that's true?
No.
Yeah?
I think that every experience that we have can alter our perception and create ourselves. And yes, to a degree, but not completely.
Exactly. It's true, but partial. Right? It's true, but partial. Another great answer is that we are who we are in meaning success, our productivity. Right? We've kind of been conditioned with that. Okay, how much I work and how much success defines who I am. But unfortunately, that's left a lot of people out who don't feel like they're successful, and only a select few, an elite, get to be that. So that's also kind of true but partial. But my favorite one that I'd like us to think about for the rest of our lives, starting from right now, is living in our greatest actualized potential, our greatest version of ourselves. Which usually happens to be, you ever think about, that future self that we're always moving towards, but actualized and lived in the present moment. Does that make sense? Right? Does that make sense? So I'd like for you now, I'm going to get ready to play my flute, to take a moment and think about in your life where you have felt completely in alignment with what you were doing. There was no duality, no judgment. I mean, you nailed it. That's what you were good at. That's what you could really bring. What is that to you, right? It could be the simplest thing, from how you take a flower and breathe in the aroma of it and be present in that moment. It could be how you show up for your daughter, right? It could be how you inspire an audience, being a speaker. Whatever your unique gifts and talents are that you know that you nail, I want you to bring that in and think about a moment when you had that, okay? Everyone got one? Who doesn't have one? Who doesn't have one? Okay, just checking. All right. So while you go ahead and close your eyes, okay, and listen to the music and feel your actualized self, that memory. And as you start to feel it, I want you to put it in the present now. Like, I see where you're at in this visualization. Like, I was sitting in an auditorium with 200 other women. And I walked out onto stage and felt the hearts of those women, all eyes on me. It was as if spirit had walked into the room. We loved each other. We were connected. Okay, does that make sense, ladies? All right, here we go. Feel that in your bodies. when you were feeling that moment of completely being right there in the present and just allowing yourself to radiate whatever it was that you had to share, right? How did that feel? Just fabulous. Somebody else. What? What else? Liberating. What else? Joy.
Real. Stimulating.
Stimulating, real. What else, ladies? Because I know we got a lot. True, right? True, right? Part of how I feel standing here today and creating this sort of presentation and invoking sort of that drunk, beloved, sexy, I want to hump trees feeling in you comes from giving permission to just allow yourself to fully just take responsibility and not worrying about what others think, what I think, where I came from, all these other things, and just play. Everyone who's gotten up here on stage already has talked about change, right? Transformation. Leslie talks about, ladies, get on the bus. Get on. We don't have any more time to waste because our lives shouldn't be wasted, right? We got these amazing things inside of us that are ready to just give birth. So I invite you to take your own unique risk and really give yourself that permission to do it, okay? This last piece I'm going to do for you right now, I want you to think about what can you do today when you leave from here that will really give you permission to step out of your comfort zone and do the thing that you've been wanting to do and not put off and not bullshit yourself, right? Maybe you need to reach out and get what you need, but to really claim your power and just express it. Really do that, okay? Feel this music as we do it. Thank you, ladies. Thank you. Be well, in fact, be great. Right? Please connect with me. I'll put out some my email list, and I have music for sale there, and whoever wants to connect with me and bring their juju out, I got some great stuff for you on how to do that.